Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for Workshop Wednesday here in my craft room. Today we're going to be making a Christmas card using the Pretty Poinsettia bundle. Super cute card. So hopefully it's not too early for Christmas for you, but I like to get a head start because I send quite a bit out. But first of all, I have a ton of announcements. I got all kinds of stuff in front of me. As you know, this is a pre-recorded video because I am in Indiana spending time with our daughter and son-in-law. So I still need some sales. So I have my adhesive kits and they're $50 shipped. So they'll ship to you. You're gonna get liquid glue, Stampin' seal, mini dimensionals, mini glue dots. You're going to get a free glue holder from me, a free adhesive eraser in its own little case, and then also the clear bag that'll hold everything, store everything for you. So $50. All you have to do is email me, message me, let me know, and I will get one out to you. And then remember to share my video. When you share my video, you're entered into a prize drawing. And this week I have some embellishments. There's 3 embellishments in there. Please comment that you've shared my video so then I can grab your name and put it into the prize drawing. So I have my September Let's Create that you can subscribe to now. I can't talk today. We're using the Painted Pumpkins bundle this month. So it is a monthly subscription. So every month you'll get a kit sent to your house. It's done through PayPal. Once you subscribe, PayPal will deduct the money. If you don't like a kit, because I always let you know the month prior to what bundle we're going to use. If you don't like it, you can cancel. Just go into PayPal, cancel. You can cancel anytime. It's totally up to you. So this month's projects, we're gonna do this little box. Hey, gorgeous, or hello, gorgeous. Gorgeous. There is this one that has a gate on it. There is this one that has a gate that opens, and there's a sentiment inside with some more pumpkins. I got the sun glaring through right now. It's still super hot here. Here's another one. And another one, and we use the decorative mask. So this suite has the decorative mask to go with it. So you will need this. If you don't have it, no problem. You can stamp your pumpkins and there's die cuts to go with it. And then there's also an embossing folder. So there's, this is $45 and it's monthly. You'll get a half a pack of designer series paper. You'll get a full embellishment and then a full spool of ribbon this month. So you can always add the bundle on if you don't have it. And then I pay the tax and shipping from Stampin' Up, and I'll just include it in your kit. And I still have registrations open for my Halloween treat package class that we use, the Oh My Fright bundle. Super cute. You'll make 5 treat packages in this one. So you'll make this gable box, this treat box, and these are made so you don't have to put a sweet in them, you know, like candy. You don't have to fill them with candy. This is a triangular one. You can fit whatever you want. You could put some hair scrunchies in there. This, you can put bracelets. You know, there's different things. There is this one, but I do have candy in this one. You can fit 2 mini size candy bars in there, or you could probably figure something else out. And then this one is a sanitizer holder. So you'll get the 5 project packets for the 5 projects that you're gonna do. You'll get the bats, ghosts, and dots. You'll get a spool of iridescent black ribbon and a half a package of the Fretfully Fun Designer Series paper. So there's 3 options to get everything I just explained, plus a PDF tutorial. So the PDF tutorial, the 5 project packets, the bats, ghosts, dots, the ribbon, the designer series paper, and the bundle, that option is $92.50, and that includes shipping to you. If you want just the class kit, so take out the bundle, you'll get everything else, that one is $45. And then if you have everything and you just want my tutorial, the tutorial is $15. That's option number 3. So the registration link is below. Just let me know what you want. And one other, I have the product of the month. Oh, here it is. So when you spend $75 in my online store, you know, you can get the product of the month for $5. And this month is the designer series paper. It is one-sided, but it has a pearl finish. So I didn't even take all the sheets out. But you will get a 12 project tutorial from me, myself, and 5 other demonstrators. Come up with 2 projects each using the product of the month. So super pretty. I'm pretty sure this one's gonna sell out pretty for your fall projects. I already know mine's probably gonna be a 3D project. One of my projects is probably gonna be a 3D project. And look at the white pumpkins. Love the pumpkins. And then here is the others. So I believe there's probably 12 sheets, 2 of each. Let me see. So you can get this for $5. Yes, there's 12 sheets. So 6 different patterns. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. But you will get the tutorial. I don't know where I did with my tutorial. Here it is. I keep having to run out because I know the product of the month, you'll get the 12 project tutorial with step-by-step instructions for each project. All right, so that's it. You'll have my shopping link always down below. You'll have the Let's Create Craft Kit link below. You'll have my Fright treat package class below. If you want the adhesive package, that you have to email me. There's no direct link. You can email me, you can message me, and then we'll set up payment, and then I will ship it out to you. All right, so after all this fall and Halloween, we're gonna go ahead and do a Christmas card. So again, thank you for joining me, and let's go ahead and turn you down and get started. Okay, so before we get started, let me show you what we're going to use on today's card. Is it too early for Christmas for you? This pretty poinsettia bundle is, I love a poinsettia. Always reminds me of my mom at Christmas. I would always buy her a big giant poinsettia plant. So we're using the pretty poinsettia bundle. And I took my stamps out, but I don't believe I took my dies out. We're going to use this one, and then we're going to use these 4 are going to create our big one, and then just the 2 smallest are going to create the smallest one. So I didn't pull these out, and then we're going to need our little centers. Actually, I could use 2 at a time. So we're using the pretty poinsettia bundle. And then what is your favorite color? I found when I was going through my stuff to what did I want to use in this shimmer paper? Oh my gosh. And so the Barely Blush, this is a sunset shimmer paper that we're going to use to create it. We're going to use some Mossy Meadow, and then this is regular Barely Blush. We're using the In Color dots, some basic white, this gorgeous ribbon, red and white ribbon. I got stuff all over the place. And then we're using the stitched, it's called A Stitched Season Designer Series paper. We're going to use this candy cane pattern, but I only have a half a pack of it. And these are the designs. that you could look at. That one would have been nice. This, I decided to go with the candy canes. You could do snowflakes, you can do whatever. So let's get started. That's the stuff that we're going to be using. So I needed a 4 1/4 by 11 basic, oh my goodness, real red cardstock, and scored at 5 1/2. And this is already done. I already have it done. And then we're going to need a 4 1/8, 2 notches after the 4. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, 2 notches before the half. I like to have that thin border. Probably could have did like another border. You could have did the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 in basic white, and then put this at 4 by 5 1/4 if you wanted to add an extra layer to your card. So kind of let me show you what I'm talking about. Like, just if you wanted to, this one's obviously smaller because I always have mine ready, but if you wanted to do a white layer and then add this other layer, it would go around. So let's go ahead and glue this one on. Again, mine is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 because we're going to put that on the front of our card like so. And again, this is super easy. I guess I should burnish this. And the dies make up, I got glue on me already, of course. So let's do our die cutting, because pretty much those poinsettia dies are what is going to do all of our work for us. So on our leaves. So on the leaves, you're going to do pretty much 1 1/2 sets of these. I'm going to cut the 2 centers right now. So you could cut 2 sets. We're just going to cut some extra leaves off. And then that way you could place them where you see fit. Let's get these guys off. So we're going to run this through one more time. And if it fits on your, oops, we'll probably fit both of these. We can probably fit 2 of these on this piece that I have. But if you have just scraps, just cut some leaves out of a piece of scrap. And then we are going to do our poinsettias. Let's get these little guys I left on because I knew I'd probably have a little trouble getting them off. Okay, so now on our shimmer paper, we are going to cut. We're going to cut the 4 pieces first for our big, I'm calling it our big poinsettia. And then we will do just the 2 smaller for our small one. I'm going to run these through twice. And these do like an embossing on them. So I think they're called like embossed dies, or not embossed dies. They are called impression dies. I think that's what it is. So there's those 4 pieces. And now let's do our 2 smaller ones to make our little small one. Yeah, these are called impression dies because they leave like an impression on your die cut. All right, get that out of the way. Get this big guy out of the way. I'm going to grab my silicone mat because I'm going to glue mine together. So can you guys see that beautiful shimmer on there? So pretty. Okay, that guy is out now. Let's get this guy out. Sometimes you got to toss them around. So I start with this one. And this is all about placement for however you want to do it. What I like to do is I try to place it where there's a gap, you know, where there's an opening, I guess I should say. And we're just going to put glue in the center. This is our second piece. So there's kind of opening here, kind of opening here. So I'll put that one in. I'm going to grab my little, because I'm not sure where my take your pick tool is. And then another, and there's this little gap here and there's one here. So kind of, am I making sense there? So that way where there's a gap, there's a leaf. All right, so our little guy, this one's a little bit different, is we're just gonna put that big one right in that opening there, like so. Oops. And then we have our little, this one's not dry all the way yet. Hold on, let's put these guys in. So put our bigger one down first. This guy's not drying. I think I need maybe to hold it. Let's put our bigger one on here. I think I layered them. Oh wait, let's move that guy. All right, I probably do need my take your pick tool, but let's hold these guys down for a few seconds. And then get this out of the way. Here's my take your pick tool. And place that one. Place that one. And I'm gonna let these dry. So let's go back over to our card. So this one set of leaves, we're just gonna glue it on. Glue, glue. You could always add adhesive sheets to these if you like. So I think I placed mine like so. And then like I said, with these other ones, we're just gonna cut some leaves. But you know what, I'm not even sure I wanna use that one because I wanna show you the scraps, what we'll do with the scraps. So what I was talking about is if you have a scrap, since we have this piece left, you know, we don't wanna waste paper. We can fit a couple of leaves right here. And this is what I'm talking about. If you have scrap, just use it up and and cut out some leaves. And then we can do some leaves over here. And I think we only need a couple. That's why I don't want you to cut out a big old giant one and then cut the leaves off. All right, so those are our scrapped leaves that we're gonna use once we put our poinsettias on. Okay, so now let's bring them back in and we're gonna put them on with dimensionals. So you can put a couple on here and put it like, I'm trying to, so we want to see some of the leaves, but then that's where our leaves are going to come in. Or actually, I think I added a leaf behind there. But in my instructions, I tell you, put them where you see fit. So we're going to put this guy over here, but then now here's these ones that we die cut from our scraps. And these we're going to glue as well. And then you could just put them in where you see fit. Like right there. You want to add another one over here. That's what those extra leaves are for. I'm not sure. I think my stem came down further because I cut one of these and added it here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, I added it. So I kind of messed up a little, but now we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. It was all because I didn't want to use that other, I didn't want to use this one, but I should have paid attention to what ones I was cutting with my scraps. All right, so we're going to stamp our sentiment on a piece of basic white. And this is like a 1/2 inch. I think it's a 1/2 inch by 3 1/4. But we're going to stamp. And I probably put 3 1/4 so that you can trim it down. And let's just trim that down. I never seem to cut straight. That's why I need my trimmer. So we're going to put this on with some dimensionals. If the dimensional backings come off, and we can put it right across like here. And yeah, my stem, oh no, we don't want that because now that's covering our sentiment. I really kind of messed this one. I feel like I messed it up. I don't know. What do you guys think that I didn't? That my stem, I like how the stem is showing on this one. But actually, no, now looking at it, it looks really good. So we're gonna tie our bow around our card. You know me, I always have to do mine upside down so that they come right side up. And we're going to put this over like so. Get my tweezers and tie our bow. Eventually, we'll be tying a bow. Okay. Okay, there we go, nice and tight. My ribbon scissors, we're gonna trim this. We're gonna fix our bow so that it can turn, or did I turn it the wrong way? There, and then we are going to add a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of cardstock on the inside. And we're just going to stamp these little poinsettias inside each corner, the top corner and the bottom corner. And then we can glue that on the inside. My glue holder is rolling around. He's a smiley face. All right, let's add that right inside there. And then now we need to add our in color dots. And we're going to add the Barely Blush. And we're going to add, I'm like, where's my take your pick tool? One here, one here. I don't know why my putty is constantly getting stuck onto my embellishments. Don't this look so pretty? I'm going to add that one there. So pretty. So there is our card. See my original I stamped inside. This, I will keep playing with this to make sure that it doesn't, there we go, doesn't cover our, and if you want it to, you could still cut some more stem and add it in here if you like that look. This one's just, this isn't cut correctly, but you could add some more in there if you wanted. But there's, I got glue on my hand. There's today's card. Thank you for joining me, and be sure and join me on Friday for Fun Fold Friday. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.